All right, welcome back, everybody. Let me get my camera turned on. There we go. If the Cowboys lose this week, you'll be extremely surprised. I don't know. I think the Panthers are better than people are giving them credit for. They. Oh no. Microphone's falling over. Hold on. All right, there we go. I don't know. I like the Panthers. I think they are a decent football team. I think I like Dave Canales as a coach. I like Bryce Young. He's been playing well since he got benched or whatever. So, I don't know. I think the Panthers are fine. I don't think they're good yet, but I think they have been. Yeah, exactly. That's my thought. Is like they've been playing well enough to win, and I kind of feel like if they could just cross like that hump, and start winning some of these games, it'll be fine. And like, granted, they're playing the Chiefs, the Bucks, and the Eagles, who are all like good playoff teams, So like the Cowboys are not that good, so I think the Panthers will play much better against them than they have, and probably win it. That deal for Price was still. I didn't see he got a new deal. Thoughts on the Dolphins' recent cuts, mainly OBJ and Skyler? The trade. Yeah, the trade was still really bad. I am happy with both. Sorry, I'm gonna do the Bryce Young question, and then I'll do the Dolphins question. Yeah, I agree. That trade was still really bad for the Bears. Like they just gave up a lot for him, and like Bryce Young's good, but like you need a team around him. You know what I mean? Like especially a young rookie quarterback. Like he's not gonna save your franchise. Like yeah, I agree. The trade was bad, but I think Bryce Young as the player is pretty good. And then thoughts on the Dolphins' recent cuts, mainly OBJ and Skyler. I was pretty happy with both of them. I didn't. I don't understand why like Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer were like holding on to Skylar Thompson for like years now when like he's not even a good he's not a good starting quarterback. He's not a good backup quarterback. And I didn't get it. And like them not bringing in a real backup this year with an injury prone Tua, like that essentially like if we don't win out, that situation essentially what cost the Dolphins their season and like making the playoffs. So, like I am very happy they finally cut Skylar Thompson. And OBJ, like yeah, it's I was a fan of the OBJ signing over the offseason when they brought him in for like a wide receiver 3. But like it took him forever to get off injury and get on the field. And when he has been on the field, like he's had some bad drops. Like he hasn't been that impressive. And I think when you have like Malik Washington and River Craycraft, who both shown that they can be competent wide receiver 3s and have played better than OBJ, then yeah, I'm fine with it. Watch him jump to the Lions or Chiefs. Like I honestly have no idea who the Lions' backup quarterback is. I think, well, I don't think Carson Wentz is a good player. I think he is a much better backup quarterback for Kansas City than Skylar Thompson would be. But yeah, I genuinely have no idea who the Lions' backup Hendon Hooker. Oh, actually, I like Hendon Hooker. I liked him when he was playing at Tennessee. I think, yeah, I don't see Skylar Thompson being better than this dude either. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I was thinking more OBJ. I don't see him going to the Lions. I mean, like their receivers are kind of stacked as is. Like Tim Patrick is a very good wide receiver 3. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams are incredible. But like if these two guys were on the team, Tim Patrick would be like a solid wide receiver 2 for the Lions. Like I don't see OBJ going to the Lions. I could totally see him going to the Chiefs though. I think that is a good call. Just with their ancient DeAndre Hopkins they have and like no other good receivers. Yeah, Tim Patrick, he didn't catch a touchdown for 3 years. But to be fair, yeah, to be fair, he was injured a lot over the past few. I think he got injured in training camp in 2022 and in 2023. So like, yeah, it was an injury thing for him. It wasn't like a quality of play kind of thing for him. Like he was good in Denver. I mean, like he wasn't like the best receiver in the world. Like I said, I'm not saying like Tim Patrick is like Randy Moss or Jerry Rice, but like he is a solid wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 in the NFL. And I think, yeah, put him in a Lions offense that like knows how to use him, especially with, like I said, with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. I like Tim Patrick. I don't think OBJ is better than him personally. It just they just have so much other talent on that football team. It's like he's just not going to get the ball that often, which is fine. That's what you want out of your wide receiver 3. You know what I mean? I like Tim Patrick. I think he's a good football player. All right. Let's go back to the schedule. And so this Thursday night football game was the most Thursday night football game that ever did Thursday night football. It was horrendous. I missed the majority of the game because I was traveling this week for work, and I was flying back while the game was going on from Chicago. And I was like, man, I'm really upset I'm going to miss Thursday night football. And then my plane landed, and it was like halfway through the third quarter, and I'm just like, yeah, I am glad that I didn't miss. Yeah, same. I was very okay with missing this one, but the Rams won. The Rams are 7-2. I think they are just out of a wild card spot as the standings are today. How these teams get 30 plus points on Sunday? I have no idea. Hi, Mom. Yeah, the Rams are like just in the 8 seed. So essentially, they need the Commanders to like lose and then just not like the Rams could very well get into the playoffs. Like I think the Vikings and Packers are pretty much set in stone at this point, but like I could see the Commanders dropping out and missing it and the Rams sneaking in. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all. But like the Rams are a good football team when they're healthy. I think the biggest issue with them, I see in a little bit. I think the biggest issue with the Rams is just like one, their offensive line is not that good, and two, they have just been injured for the most of the year. But like when Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp are all on the field at the same time, like they are an impressive team. But yeah, the 49ers front four, from what I saw, just got after them the entire game. All right, first up on the list, we have the Browns playing the Chiefs. This is in Cleveland. The Chiefs are 12-1. The Browns are 3-10. And despite that, the Chiefs are still only 4.5-point favorites because the odds makers know that Kansas City is not that good of a football team and they do not win by wide margins. They use their chief devil magic at the end of the game. The Browns are 4.5-point underdogs. I took the Browns in this one. I do not think. Is it too much to hope it snows? It is. Yeah, I actually live in Cleveland. I live downtown by. I did not already do the Steelers. The Steelers are coming. I live in Cleveland. Winston pulls off the upset. I could see it. But no, it's like gross cold raining here today, and it's not going to snow. It's just going to be cold, gross rain. So this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I could see the Browns winning it. I don't think they do. But there's no way the Chiefs win this game by more than 3 points. And so that's why I took the Browns plus 4.5. Like the Browns aren't going to win, in my opinion, but they're going to cover. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that's too crazy either. But Jameis has been playing well. The thing with Jameis is Jameis giveth, Jameis taketh away. I say it all the time on this channel. He likes to throw interceptions. He likes to throw pick sixes. With that being said, the Chiefs, I think they have like 3 interceptions total this season. So like that's kind of stoppable force meets movable object kind of thing. So we'll see which one turns out. And the Browns defense is pretty good, and the Chiefs offense is not very good. I know we like to put Patrick Mahomes in the GOAT talk all the time, and like, listen, the past couple of seasons, he's been really good, but like this year, Patrick Mahomes has not been playing well at all. Like 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Granted, his tackles are not good. So, and Travis Kelce hasn't been playing super well. He doesn't really have receivers. Exactly. Yeah, whenever I'm feeling down, I just always tell myself I'm not a Browns fan, I'm not a Bears fan, I'm not a Jets fan. So that always makes me feel better. But yeah, the Chiefs wide receivers are so bad, man. Except for Xavier Worthy, but Xavier Worthy's like a rookie who is still figuring things out. Like I'm not gonna hold Xavier Worthy's rookie season against him. I think he can be really good one day, but it's gonna take some time. But yeah, Rashee Rice getting hurt, Travis Kelce getting ancient. My dad is a Giants fan. I feel terrible for him. Hey, he had a good run with Eli. He watched the Giants win two Super Bowls with Eli. Don't feel too bad for him. That's why I expect OBJ is calling them right now. Yeah, it's like I get like why OBJ would want to go to the Chiefs, but like he's not good. Like he was not good on the Dolphins. Like he got the sad teams. Um yeah, it's I just don't this is going to be like the Chiefs are going to win this like 13-10 with like a last minute walk off field goal or something like that. That's going to be this game. It's going to be boring. It's going to be sad to watch. And that's how I see it going. Yeah, my microphone stand does not clip onto my desk very well, so this is a constant struggle where it's constantly falling off on me. But I'm going to invest in wireless microphones so I no longer have this problem. But for the time being, we're going to get through it all together. It's okay. I figured it out. We're good to go. And it won't fall again because I am currently resting it on the ground and holding it with my other hand. Yeah. Final thoughts. Chiefs are going to win this like 13-10 in some weird way. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Next up, we got the Bengals at the Titans. It is in Nashville. Lion Chiefs has been winners on field goals. Struggle for the offense. Yeah. I agree with that more with the Chiefs than the Lions. Like the Lions had a couple close games recently, but they also blew some teams out. Like the Lions like actually can like take control of games and like blow them out. The thing with the Lions is like they've just been forced to play some closer games because their defense has just been getting wrecked with injuries. See the Bengals winning this? Yeah, I agree. The Bengals are 5.5 point favorites. I didn't bet them. I don't think with the Bengals defense they win by more than 5.5 points. Like their defense is so bad. Will Levi's. Yeah, my phone autocorrects to Will Levi's all the time too. I feel that pain. Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't know. I might be delusional because I like the memes, but I don't think Will Levis is that bad of a quarterback. Like, I don't think he's particularly good by any means, but like, I don't think he's that bad. I think he just needs some more time to develop. He needs a little bit better of a team around him. Like the Titans' offensive line is bad. This could be a shootout. The horrible Bengals D versus the Mayo. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, I could totally see this being a shootout because like the Bengals defense is just so bad. It's horrendous. Like outside of Trey Hendrickson, they don't have a pass rush. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, listen, the thing is, like, Will Levis did some boneheaded things, like that pick six against the Browns, the fumble against the Jets earlier in the season. Like, he has done some dumb stuff. I think it was that. I have a feeling this Bengals off carry Bengals to wild card spot. Call me insane. I don't think that's gonna happen, man. Personally, I don't like. I love Joe Burrow and I love the entire Bengals offense, but I cannot trust that defense. Believe in Mayo, man. I do too. Like, he got sacked like 9 times or something crazy against the Texans and still won that game. Like, he has shown like enough flashes that like he can be a good quarterback. Like, he's super accurate. He throws the ball like a mile down the field, and he seems like the kind of guy that like people like playing with. Like, he wants to win. And I don't know. I like Mayo, man. I think he just needs a better team around him and some more time, and he'll be fine. Just give him like another decent receiver and a competent offensive line, and like, yeah, he'll be fine. But in my opinion, the Bengals win this game. I agree with you. I could totally see this being a shootout. But I think the Bengals win this pretty soundly. Like I said, I don't think they cover the 5.5 point spread, but they'll probably win by like 4 points. Yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna put like they're gonna double team Trey Hendrickson or like chip him with a tight end or a running back all game long. And like if Trey Hendrickson is not getting to the quarterback, then nobody else on that Bengals defense is getting to the quarterback. Yeah, and it's the Bengals are gonna do their thing where they put up like 30 plus points, and then their defense is gonna give up like 30 plus, and they're gonna barely pull this out. Like they can't win with that strategy against like good teams, as we see with like the Ravens and the Steelers and the Chargers and stuff like that. But the Tennessee Titans are not on the same level as those teams. Burrow went to a team like the Bears with an okay defense. You'd probably have them comfortably in the playoffs, even with the stacked NFC North. Yeah, I agree. Go Pack, go. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What are other good defensive teams that need a quarterback? As much as I hate to say it, if Joe Burrow played on the Jets, like they would definitely be a playoff team. I'm trying to think who else. Who else would Joe Burrow do well with? But I don't know. He's an Ohio guy. Outside of his brief stint in LSU, he's lived in Ohio all his life. Like he is a good Cincinnati boy. Cleveland, yeah, I could see Joe Burrow doing very well in Cleveland, and that's fine. Keep him in the state of Ohio. That's all I care about. But yeah. Final thoughts on this game. Sauce Gardner and Joe Burrow on the same team is insane. I agree. Final thoughts of this game: Bengals win, but they do not cover the spread, in my opinion. And I like Will Levis. Next up, we got Washington at the Saints. The Commanders are 8-5. The Saints are 5-8. The Commanders are 7.5 point favorites. It is in New Orleans in the Superdome. Derek Carr is once again dead. He like broke his clavicle or something like that last week, if I remember correctly. Free John T. Dude, don't. This isn't a college football YouTube channel. Burrow Hill. Yeah, but the thing is with the Dolphins defense still sucks. That's my thing about like even if you bring like Joe Burrow to Miami, like it doesn't change the fact that their defense is still not good. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like he just needs a good defense. Like that's how they went to the Super Bowl back in 2021. The New Orleans will pull off the upset. Will. I kind of feel the same way. That's kind of how I feel. I think the Commanders are good. I think they are a solid football team. I like Dan Quinn. I like Jaden Daniels. I like Brian Robinson Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. is on the Jaguars. Like Terry McLaurin. My thing with the Commanders is I think their offense is solid, but it's kind of doing that Cliff Kingsbury thing where people figure it out in the back half of the year, and it's not quite as good as it was. Derek Carr is not playing, unfortunately, though. They're playing Jake Haney. The Commander strategy or the Saints strategy? Yeah, what's his name? Jake Haney is playing for the Saints this week. Jake Haener, the guy. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like they just have a really old defense. They have a really old offense outside of Chris Olave, but Chris Olave can't stay healthy to save his life. They're like injured to all hell. They have cap issues every single year. It would be funny if Rizzy drags him to the Saints to 500. Listen, that is totally within the cards for the Rizzler. I could see the Saints like going on a little stretch and winning like at like 500 or something. But no, I also agree. I think the Saints pull off the upset. I took them plus 7.5. I think that is totally within reason and totally realistic. They should have blown up after Breeze retired. I agree. Like I don't like. Saints blow it off and just keep their wide receivers. Yeah, I'm with you. Like you keep Alvin Kamara as kind of like a stopgap. I know they gave him like that 2-year extension, so just keep him until those 2 years are up, so you have like a decent player. I like Rizzy. I like all really passionate special teams coaches, and like the Rizzler. And this kind of reminds me of what happened when in like the Raiders after John Gruden got fired midseason, where what's his name, the special teams coordinator came in and like brought that team to the playoffs in 2021, and then they fired him or they let him didn't hire him for the permanent coaching job, and then brought in Josh like McDaniels. And like I feel like the Saints are probably going to do the same thing. They're going to find like some hot head coach they like and get rid of their special teams coordinator, interim coach who all the players love playing for. Bisaccia, that was his name. Yeah. I feel like that same situation is going to happen in New Orleans. But yeah, I didn't get the Derek Carr signing. I didn't think he was that good for the Raiders. I don't think he's played that well since he came to New Orleans. But yeah, I agree with you. The Saints just got to blow everything up, keep Alvin Kamara and Spencer Rattler, and then, I don't know, tank for Arch Manning in 2026. I feel like that's probably the move. But I think there's going to be a lot of teams that are tanking for Arch Manning in 2026. But I could see the Mannings loving Arch playing for New Orleans. Like I could totally see that being a thing. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. I honestly think the Saints pull off the upset here. Like if you tell me the Commanders win and blow out the Saints, like I would believe that as well. But I could see the Saints winning this one. And like I said, it's not that I don't think the Commanders are good. I think they have more work to do, and like I think the Commanders are going to be really, really, really good next season. I don't think they are going to be. They are fine this season is the best way to describe my feelings on the Commanders. But yeah, I think in New Orleans, in the Superdome, Jake Haener did, like, from the bits and pieces I've seen him play, he didn't seem like the worst quarterback in the world. So yeah, I think the Saints pull this one off, in my opinion. In worst case scenario, I think they keep it close and they don't get blown out and they cover that 7.5 point spread. At least for my bet. Fingers crossed. All right. Next up, we got Baltimore at Giants. This one's not even going to be close. The Ravens are going to blow out the Giants. I don't think the Ravens are going to cover the 16.5 point spread, but they're going to win by like 10 points. Yeah, Baltimore blowout 100%. A lot of multitasking, too many good games fall. Yeah. Still a bit worried that Daniels gets RG3'd. Nah, I think with Dan Snyder gone, like Jaden Daniels is going to have a good, healthy career. Yeah, and 16.5 points is absolutely nuts. Like I said, I don't think the Ravens cover it. It's hard to beat a team by that. But keep in mind, Drew Lock can run the ball. Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. But, like, I also watched him run, like, have green grass in front of him to get the first down ahead of him and then turn right into two Saints defenders last week. Yeah, he has no offensive line. He can't really throw the ball that well because he has no offensive line. And, like, I like Tyrone Tracy Jr., but, like, yeah, they don't have a run game either. It's just going to be the Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry show, in my opinion. They're just going to go nutty in this one. And yeah, the Giants are going to be like 0-8 at home or something crazy like that. Like, I don't think they're going to win a game at home this year. So it says Drew Lock is doubtful. So if he doesn't play, then it probably will be Tommy DeVito. But yeah, if Drew Lock plays, like, he's going to play the entire game. And yeah, the main Ravens defense their secondary. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the Ravens secondary is bad, but they have a solid front line. They have a solid, like, linebacking core, and they're going to be fine. And it's like, even if the Ravens defense is bad, like, that doesn't change the fact that, like, the Giants offense is so bad. Baltimore loses, I will buy a Deshaun Watson. There's just no way, man. There is no way that the Ravens lose against the Giants. Something tragic has to happen for that to take place, and I just don't think it will. Yeah. I didn't take the Ravens minus 16.5, though. I didn't take the Giants because I could see the Ravens winning by more than, but I'm not going to bet on it. But yeah, Ravens win this one Easily. Easily, in my opinion. Next up, we got the Cowboys at the Panthers. The Panthers on ESPN Bet are 2.5-point favorites. On DraftKings, which is what I use, they are 3-point favorites. And I took the Panthers this week. Just because the Ravens are 8-5 doesn't mean they lose to the Giants. WIW. Yeah. Yeah, the Panthers are favored. And I'm pretty sure this is the first game the Panthers have been favorited all season long. And I talked about it a little bit before we started getting into all this. I figured as much. I saw WIW and I was like, what does that mean? But I got it now. Yeah, I agree. The Panthers should win. Bryce Young does look like his Alabama self. I totally agree with that. I have been a fan of Dave Canales since he like revitalized Baker's career last year in Tampa Bay. Like I think he's a very good coach. Chuba Hubbard's really good. Xavier Legette is a solid rookie receiver. And like the Panthers' offensive line isn't bad. The Panthers' offensive line is not like Eagles level where it's just like dominant or like Ravens level where it's dominant, but they have a solid offensive line. The thing with the Panthers is their defense is really bad, but like I don't know, Cooper Rush and the Cowboys, like they're not going to put up big numbers against the Panthers even with a bad defense. I mean, the Cowboys have surprised me. But yeah, it's just the Bungles. The Bengals bungle, and that's what they do. So I don't know. I think the Panthers defense is better than the Bengals as of like the past 3 games. And like I don't know. It's just I think this is like they've played like 3 really close games in a row against very good teams and like barely lost it. This is the one they win, and I think they win by more than 3 points. So I took the Panthers -3. I think Xavier Legette is going to have a big game. I think Chuba Hubbard's going to have a big game too. I like the Panthers. I think they're on the up and up. I think they're probably going to get like 1 or 2 more wins this year and miss the playoffs. Like I could see them beating the Cowboys, the Cardinals, and the Falcons. I don't think they beat the Bucks, but I think 2 to 3 wins out of these last 4 games is totally realistic for them. And I think they're solid. I think they need another good draft, another good free agency round. And like I think they will be a above 500 to potential playoff team next year, in my opinion, as long as they like don't, completely screw themselves in the offseason. But all that being said, I like the Panthers. Cooper Rush does not impress me. I think CeeDee Lamb will continue to have a good game and probably score a touchdown because CeeDee Lamb is absolutely incredible. Him and Rico Dowdle are really the only good things going for the Cowboys offense. And I don't know. Cowboys defense is not good. I think Chuba Hubbard's going to run all over him. And yeah, Panthers are 3-point favorites, and I think the Panthers win. I took them. I am slowly coming around on the Panthers side of things. Next up, we have the toilet bowl of the week, the New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams are 3-10. It is in Jacksonville. The Jets are 3-point favorites. I've been saying this every single time the Jets have been favored in a football game. It blows my mind. They should not be favored over anyone. Like honestly, I think this one should just be like even. Like a pick'em game pretty much. I think both teams are really bad. I am a documented Jets hater here on this channel, though. So take that with what you will. But yeah, I hate the Jets. They literally played their best game of the season against the Dolphins last week. Toilet paper poop equals Jets. How's Mac Jones' record against the Jets? This could be a tie. I see the Jags winning this. Yeah, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is particularly good, but I think he is much better than Mac Jones. This time it's right for them. I don't know. They're just so bad. But I agree. The Jaguars are worse than the Jets. So I kind of get why they're favored. How's Mac Jones' record against the Jets? I don't know, but it's probably pretty good because he played for the Patriots 2021 through 2023. So we can look at that real quick. So 2021, beat the Jets twice, so 2-0. 2022, beat the Jets twice, so I remember this game. This game was disgusting. Beat the Jets twice, so he's 4-0. And then 2023, beat the Jets once, and then this was a zappy game. So Mac Jones is 5-0 against the Jets, if that means anything to you all. Now, granted, that I think that's more the Jets suck and Bill Belichick hating the Jets and bringing his defense to play their best 2 games of the year every single time he hates the Jets. I don't know if that has much to do with Mac Jones, but with that being said, to answer your question, Mac Jones is 5-0 against the Jets in his career. So take that information, do whatever you want with it. Just saying, Mac Jones might think this is a divisional game. That is fair. He very might well. Both teams are so bad, and like I said, Aaron Rodgers just for some reason, and the Jets offense decided to play their best game against the Dolphins last week, and they still lost in overtime, despite me being incredibly stressed out and angry the entire time watching that game. The Dolphins still won, and the Jets are still bad and eliminated from the playoffs. So I kind of agree with you, X Delta. I would give the slight edge to the Jets, but both of these teams are so bad. They're just both so bad. But yeah, the Jets probably do win it. I think it's probably more likely. I won't at all be shocked if Mac Jones and the Jaguars win as well. Like I don't know. This is the toilet bowl game of the week. That's about as much time as I want to dedicate talking about that one. All right, next up, we got the Dolphins 6-7 versus the Texans 8-5. The Texans are coming off the bye. The Dolphins are coming off the aforementioned overtime win against the Jets last week. Me and Beefy Pig, we're going to war today. If you don't know Beefy Pig, he is a regular viewer here on the channel. He is in the Discord as well. So let me bring this up real quick. The man has already changed the Texans record to 9-5 in his profile pics. That is disrespectful, Beefy Pig. All right. That is absolute just horrendous. But I respect it. But we're going to go to war today. Texans winning this, my favorite team besides the Lions. That is fair. I actually low-key like the Texans. I don't have any issue with them. I just want the Dolphins to win because I want them to be in the playoffs. But I like CJ Stroud. I like the Texans, D'Amico Ryans. This isn't anything personal. Tank Dell can dominate Dolphins' herd defense. You're right. You're 100% right. Tank Dell and Nico Collins will probably do very well. Whoever Jalen Ramsey is not lined up against is probably going to have a big day. Yeah, I agree with you. This is the toughest match for the rest of the season. And, as much as I hate the narrative that the Dolphins can't beat a winning team, it is kind of correct. It just makes me sad. I'm not overly confident going into this game. I think the Dolphins can win. I think they're more than capable. I don't know if they will. They're 2.5-point underdogs. I think they're the same on DraftKings, if I remember correctly. I can scroll up in the chat and double check. Yeah. There are 3-point underdogs on DraftKings, which is what I use. And yeah, I took the Dolphins plus 3 points. Honestly, I just bet the Dolphins every week. I am not super confident. I think most likely the Texans probably do end up winning this game. And to be fair, the Dolphins' defense is bad, but the Texans' offense is not very good. And I think the Dolphins' offense is better than the Texans' defense. Yeah, I was talking crap about you. I was talking about you before you got here, showing everybody how you already changed the record in your name in the Discord group. Just disrespectful, man. Disrespectful, Beefy Pig. Number one worry, it's December. To be fair, the Dolphins were 3-1 in December last week. And yeah, it is in the South. It is in a dome. It's not cold weather. I got a meme for whoever loses. Beautiful. It is in a dome. Fun fact, Tua, in his NFL career, 4-0 in a dome. So wait, just saying we got that going for us. A dome for the Miami Dolphins offense. A dome is literally the perfect environment. Like it works out so well for them. But no, I bet on the Dolphins. Just need the Colts to lose and us winning guarantees. That's the postseason. That's fair. I need the Colts to win. No, Peyton Dog. You're a Broncos fan. That's fair. I can't hold that against you. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Colts to beat the Broncos because it helps the Dolphins' case. But no, if the Dolphins win, I will not be surprised. I bet on them. I feel good, but I don't feel that good. Like I do think the Texans win, but I don't want them. This team ever deliberately kept their dome open and bad weather hinder the opposing team. This 49ers game a home game. I think the 49ers game is in San Francisco, if I remember. No, it's a home game. Okay, so that's good. The 49ers playing the Dolphins at home next week is huge. Next week I'll suffer when Casey gets in a walk-off field goal. Oh, it's 100% going to happen. You know it is. But yeah, I think the Dolphins can win, but I am not super confident in that. And so that's my final thoughts. And a beefy pig, we're going to war today. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad that Aziz Ashir is suspended. Tua doesn't throw gang signs when his head decides to be. Aw. Why we got to bring up the Tua fingers? That makes me sad. But yeah, no, Aziz Al-Shahir would totally be going for headshots against Tua. Maybe the rest will rig it for you to keep the playoff race interesting. I'm not mad about that if that's what they decide to do. That home game is very helpful. Yeah, I agree. Playing the 49ers at home and not going all the way out to California is absolutely huge. Next up, we got the Colts. No, you're good. I was just kidding. You don't feel bad about that. We got the Colts going out to Denver in this game. The Broncos are 8-5 coming off the bye. The Colts are 6-7. Bo Nix looks good, guys. I am a Bo lever. Brandon Perna has red pilled me, and I believe in Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix, and I think he's solid, having a good rookie season. I took the Colts to win this game plus 4.5. I don't really believe the Colts will personally. Like I do. I think that the Broncos probably win this pretty easily. Yeah, I agree. I see the Broncos winning on a walk-off field goal or like winning a close game by like 3 or 4 points. So I took the Colts plus 4.5 because I think they probably keep it close. For the Dolphins playoffs, win this and basically make the playoffs. We officially clinch if we beat this. Dolphins lose and we beat Chargers on Thursday. Bo Nix or throw picks? That is the question. I like Bo Nix. I will not, other than a couple Bover throws a game, I cannot say bad things about Bo Nix. He has had a very, very good rookie season. He reminds me, Tua and Bo Nix, in my opinion, are very similar quarterbacks. Just highly accurate, play well in the pocket, and can occasionally, like, their big thing is they don't really make plays on the run or plays with their legs, but like they can when they need to. I like Bo Nix. I think he's a good fit for a Sean Payton offense, especially like his play style. I'm not saying he's as good as Drew Brees, but his play style is very similar to what Drew Brees did forever in New Orleans with Sean Payton. So I think he's a very, very good fit for what they do. On the Colts side of things, Anthony Richardson's so weird, man. Like it's just I don't know what to do with Anthony Richardson. Sometimes he looks like the most incredible quarterback in the world. Yeah. Only way Colts when they hit the deep balls and run it. And like they might. But I feel pretty confident the Broncos win this. I want the Colts to win for the Dolphins' playoff hopes. No offense, Peyton Dog. It's nothing personal. I genuinely like the Broncos, but I want them to get knocked out of the wild card so the Dolphins can make it. It's not personal. It's just selfishly what I want. But with all that being said, I do think the Broncos win. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Colts pull this off. All right. Who we got next? Hey, just know if we finish second in the division, we get the play all next year. That's fair. Fair enough. Next up, we got the game of the week. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions. The Bills defense is not very good per what I saw against the Rams last week. Yeah, game of the season. I love the Lions. I have not been shy about it on this channel. I am a very big Dolphins fan. Bills will lose the game of the year for the fourth straight year. Totally see that happening. I'm a very big Dolphins fan, but the second team in my heart that I root for is 100% the Detroit Lions. Just a team that has been beaten down for like literally 50 years. And they're really good, and I love Dan Campbell. I love somebody like Amon-Ra St. Brown is awesome. Jameer Gibbs is awesome. So like I am, and I hate the Bills. So like I am 100% on the Lions bandwagon. If the Bills win this, then they win out. I hope they can get the 1 seed. Yeah, it's just Lions are the real America's team. Yeah, I think unless you're like a Vikings or a Packers fan, or 49ers or like another good NFC team, like you're rooting for the Lions, right? Like it's just there's no like if your team is not good and is probably not going to make it to the NFC playoffs, or you're not like an NFC North team, like you're rooting for the Lions. Like I can't imagine anyone's like, no, I hate the Lions. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Lions 35, Bills 27. Lions win easy 49-24. That is bold. That is bold. I do think the Lions win. I was Panther fan over the Camden days, starting off my NFL interest. Fair. I get that. Okay, I get you hating the Chiefs more than you like the Lions. So that is fair. That makes total sense to me. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be a blowout. 49-24 is, I would love for that to happen. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it will. I do think the Lions win. I think 35-27 is probably more realistic. Lions 45-21 easy one. Damn, you guys are picking big blowouts for the Lions. My only issue is like I want the Bills to lose for the Steelers seeding. Exactly. Case point, Detroit has defense. The defense wasn't this bad throughout the season, was it? They've had some rough games. So they're currently 8th in points against, which is good, but a lot of those, like, X Delta, yeah, like 28 points from the Cardinals. We don't talk about this Dolphins game. And then Jaguars only scored 10 points against them. The Ravens, 25, 20. Like they beat up on teams with not that good of offenses, but like the good offenses put up decent numbers against the Bills defense. So like and the Lions have arguably the best offense in the game. I mean, like, God, they could do anything they want from an offense. Yeah, 32.1 points per game. Gonna get smoked by the Eagles though. I'll talk. We'll get to that one in a little bit, but. No, I think this is going to be pretty high scoring. I think 35-27 is probably realistic. Lions keep Allen in the box, shut down the run, force Allen to throw, picks all day. I could see it. I think it's easier said than done to keep Josh Allen in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with you. Like that's all you have to do. But like the man, as much as I hate it, as much as I hate the Bills, Josh Allen's phenomenal. Like he is, like, outside of Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the NFL. And yeah, but I think the Bills are going to get their points. But I think the Lions are going to score more points. And I agree with Benny. 35-27, I think that's pretty accurate. And so, yeah, I took the Lions minus 2.5 points, but I feel good about that one. All right, we got 15 minutes left. We got 6 games left, so I'm going to do these a little bit faster. I know I got some Steelers fans in the chat, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this one, and I'm going to do the other games a little bit faster. Okay. So we have the Steelers 10-3 versus the Philadelphia Eagles 11-2. The Battle of Pennsylvania. We have Western Pennsylvania versus Eastern Pennsylvania. We have a nice, beautiful, hidden gem of a city in Pittsburgh versus the absolute dingiest, grossest city in the world in Philadelphia. And I say that with all love, Philadelphia. I love your city, but it is gross and dingy. I I don't think Russ is good enough to beat the Steelers. Russ has been playing well. Just saying. Russ has been playing really well. I don't know. I don't think the Steelers win this one outright, personally, guys. I could totally see them winning it, though. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Steelers won. Too bad both games are at the same time. Undefeated. Oh, is Russell Wilson really undefeated against Philly? Yeah, I don't know. It's Arthur Smith. I don't think the system is really doing that many favors for Russell Wilson. But no, I think the Steelers' defense is still really good. The Eagles have been having some offensive issues the past 2 games outside of Saquon Barkley. I know Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are having like a weird high school drama thing going on. So, I don't know. You might want to see that one continue. Just stop Saquon. Yeah, that's literally what it is. If they can stop Saquon, like the Steelers have a real chance of winning this game. And granted, the Eagles defense is very good, but like the Steelers offense isn't bad. Russ could cook up 5 touchdowns, 1 pick game. Totally possible. Yeah, I do believe the Eagles win this. I think I took the Steelers plus 5.5, but like if the Steelers won, it wouldn't shock me at all. I like a lot. George Pickens not playing definitely hurts them, but like Mike Williams and Calvin Austin, like those are both solid receivers. Pat Freiermuth is a very good tight end. They can run the ball well with Najee and Jalen Warren. Is mediocre at best without George Pickens. That's fair. All right, see you, Jersey kid. Thanks for showing up as always. Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, they put up decent numbers against the Browns last week, right? Yeah, they scored 27 points without George Pickens. That's not bad. Unlimited sacks. And like, hey, 15, 26, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's not bad. The Browns defense is very good. 267 yards is a little rough, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be a pretty low scoring game. I think both defenses are going to hold both offenses down, but like Steelers, you got voodoo magic on your side. You know, it's kind of hard to argue against that. Just all I'm saying. Steelers voodoo magic means a lot. That is like another 3 points in their favor. Oh, he is Peyton Dog is a Broncos fan, so I think it's safe to say he is a Russell Wilson hater. Yeah, that's all I got on this one. I think Eagles win, but I wouldn't be at all shocked if the Steelers do win. All right, next up, we got the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. The Patriots are 6 point underdogs. The Cardinals are 6-7. The Patriots are 3-10. After winning 4 straight games in a row, the Cardinals have dropped 3 straight. They are not playing well. The Patriots are fine. My thing with the Patriots is Drake May's good, and that's pretty much it. TJ Watt 2 sacks. I could see it. Yeah, Drake May is good, and the Cardinals are falling. The Cardinals probably win this game, but I don't know. I bet the Patriots plus 6. Like, I don't think if the Patriots won this game, it wouldn't all shock me. And they definitely keep it close. Just with the way the Cardinals have been playing recently, it doesn't look good. With that being said, Cardinals probably do win. Steelers Chiefs will end universe as we may know. Dude, the Black Magic Bowl on Christmas is going to be insanity. Like you said, it might actually be the apocalypse during that game. I agree with you. Yeah, final thoughts on this game. Drake May is good, and that's pretty much the only thing the Patriots have going for them, but that means a lot. All right, next up, we got Tampa Bay at Los Angeles. The Bucs are 7-6. They have snapped their losing streak and are on a 3-game winning streak. The Bucs' defense and offense are both getting healthier. Mike Evans being back for that offense is huge. Baker's really good. Outside of the interceptions, I like Baker. I think he's a very good player. Ladd McConkey might play in this one. I think he is. And the Chargers really need him to, because outside of Ladd McConkey, they don't have anything going for him. going in this game. Yeah, I think the Chargers Bucks win helps Finn's playoff hopes. Yeah, that's why I bet the Bucks. And that's why I want the Bucks to win. Them beating the Chargers good. And honestly, like I like Jim Harbaugh. I give Herbie crap on this channel a bit, but like I don't have anything against Justin Herbert. He's a fine quarterback. But no, I really I like the Bucks. I like Baker ever since his time in Cleveland and Oklahoma. Like he's just a fun guy to watch play football. He just doesn't have any receivers. Yeah, that's the biggest issue with Herbie is like, yeah, outside of Ladd McConkey, he has nobody to throw the ball to. And if Ladd McConkey doesn't play in this one, like how he didn't play last week, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, everybody knew this was gonna be the Chargers' downfall. Yeah, I don't think. I think the Bucks defense is much. Is the running back they picked even good? Who's the running back they picked? So I know they had J.K. Dobbins. Running back. Gus Owers. Hassan Haskins. No, he's been around for a while. Who's their other running back? Kamani Vidal. 4 teams in general are nice, except for the Jags. Honestly, I don't have any issue with the Jags either, honestly. People really like Kamani Vidal. I don't know that much about him, though. Imagine the Chargers charger and go 8-9. Listen, man, I would love for that to happen. I would love for the Chargers to charger, miss the playoffs, and then let the Dolphins sneak in. That is my dream. Listen, if both the Broncos and the Dolphins make it, that'll make both of us happy. Yeah, it's just like their offensive line's really good. But yeah, they don't have receivers. I think the Bucks win this. It is tough for a Florida team to go out west, but still, yeah, I think they win. I like Baker. I like the Bucks. We got the Sunday night game. We got the Packers at the Seahawks. I picked the Seahawks plus 3 points in this one. This was kind of my bold pick. It's just something about the Packers going up to Seattle and playing in Seattle. Here's my thing is I like Geno Smith. I like all of the Seahawks receivers. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is coming out to be a very good receiver in the NFL. I like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. I love their running backs, Kenneth Walker, who might not play in this one, and Zach Charbonnet. Every Seahawks game in Seattle, it feels like it. And I like the Seahawks defense. The biggest Packers fade against good teams, fair. The biggest issue with the Seahawks, though, is their offensive line's bad. Yeah, Geno's offensive line is still made out of paper. That's my biggest issue. And, like, the Packers' defensive line is pretty good. Like, Rashawn Gary, I can't remember the other guy's name, but they have very, very solid defensive line play, and I think they're going to kind of feast against Seattle. But I don't know. Something about Mike McDonald's defense. The Seattle defense was rough to start the year, but I think like the players have started to figure out like Mike McDonald still has Mike McDonald's been figuring out the players. I think the Seahawks defense is getting better. Tariq Woolen and Devin Witherspoon are incredible. Packers convincing win. Beat the bad 49ers. Yeah, this Dolphins win is kind of convincing considering, I don't know how you feel about the Dolphins, but yeah, I agree with you. Not a lot of convincing wins. Texans was kind of convincing. Yeah, I agree with you. They got swept by the Lions. That's not great for them. Lost to Vikings. Yeah, but that was Brock Purdy didn't play in this game. That was like the Braden Allen or Brandon Allen, whatever that guy's name is. Like I don't know. And this was like close going into the fourth quarter, and then what's his face? Yeah, Brandon Allen threw like a couple interceptions or fumbled or whatever, and they really just like put it away then. So yeah, I don't know. I don't count that 49ers win as a solid victory for the Packers. I don't know though. I like Matt LaFleur. I like Jordan Love. Like I think both are solid. But just something about the Seahawks. I just think they're gonna beat the Packers this week, and so The issue is the Seahawks offensive line. I agree with you 100%. That offensive line is made out of paper. And wow, they beat us in the cold. Everyone is shocked. I know, dude. I feel the exact same way. Chicago at Vikings. Vikings are gonna blow out the Bears. It's Sunday church while watching the game. Yeah, the Vikings are gonna blow out the Bears. The Bears suck, and the Vikings are really good. Gebkis, our hero, the Darnold. He's going to throw like 3 touchdown passes against the Bears. And if the Bears get like 50 yards of offense in this game, I will be shocked. Bears season. Yeah, I kind of get it. I wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings split with Detroit. I agree with you. They will actually lose out. Their schedule is hard. Yeah, listen, the Bears, my good friend who lives like 3 floors below me, she is a diehard Bears fan. Trust me, they're sad sacks. They know. The Bears know. And then last we got the Falcons at the Raiders. The Falcons win this not because the Falcons are good, but because the Raiders are actively tanking and doing nothing to hide the fact that they are actively tanking. So yeah, Falcons win this one pretty easily, in my opinion. All right, that's the schedule, guys. We got 3 minutes left. What questions do you got for me? And also, if you haven't already, join the Discord. We got a good group going on in there. We got some people. We have fun. So if you want to interact with me and other people who watch this channel, other than when I do these live streams, then feel free to join. Crosby was injured. Yeah, he got hurt like halfway through the game against Tampa Bay last week, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we could look up Kosari. Oh yeah, he's going under season-ending arthroscopic injury. See you, GP Glazer. Thanks for joining as always. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's one of those things with him. Like, he could continue going to grandma's again. All right, tell grandma I said hi. I think he could play on this ankle injury, but it's like the Raiders are tanking, and it's like, why would he put his health at future risk? Should have become a line. This is Larry Zonka. Well, let me turn my back. Let me know if you can see it. Love the old Dolphins players from like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. And with how things have gone most of my life as a Dolphins fan, with players in jerseys, I always get the classic, retired guys jerseys. So that's why I'm rocking the Larry Zonka jersey. Yeah, and I agree. Like, Crosby could play, but the Raiders are just tanking. So it's like, why would they risk it? Best running back ever? Absolutely. I love Zonka. I'm a big NFL films guy. So I watch the old school like Dolphins from like so long ago. And I love Larry Zonka. Go Lions, go Steelers. I agree. Really, really go Lions. I just like seeing the Bills lose. I want them to lose everything in heartbreaking fashion. So yeah, go Lions, guys. And that's the stream. Thank you everybody again. You guys rule. Buy some merch, join the Discord if you want to interact with us more, and I appreciate this as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the meeting video. I love you all.